Hello, and welcome to my thoughts while standing in the queue. The other day I was walking in my neighborhood and I marveled at how few dogs there were where I live, which is Stamford Hill in London. And I realized that it's probably because nobody wants to feed them. There's a story going around about a dachshund who was so indulged with food that he weighed 77 pounds until a breeder rescued him, put him on a strict diet and exercise regime, and got him down to 9 pounds, which was still 4 pounds heavier than a sturdy little dachshund should weigh. That dog was Jewish, and so was his owners. Jewish mamas cannot put enough food into their families' mouths, and Jewish children are so convinced that if they don't eat everything mama prepares, they will be abusive to their parent, that they will eat until they explode. As soon as a person walks into a Jewish house, the first thing that the lady of the house says to whoever is nearest to her, "Oh my God, I don't have anything in the house." And after she has fed you enough to feed the 5th Battalion, and everybody is groaning in gastronomical distress, she will look at everyone, tears welling in her eyes, and she will say, "Nobody ate anything." I remember the day that my Uncle Hi dropped over at our house right around dinner time to say hello to my father. And my mother said, "Well, IR isn't here, but stay for dinner, I have plenty." And my uncle said, "Ida, there are 5 of us. You could not possibly have enough food prepared for your dinner tonight to feed 5 hungry men." And I said, "You don't know my mother." It turns out that my mother was 4'11", always on a diet, and insisted that because of her height, even if she ate a radish, she would gain 40 pounds. My sister was so fat, we couldn't cram her into ready-made dresses, and my mother had to put her on a diet, which broke her heart, and my father had ulcers. I had a metabolism that would burn kindling because I was so afraid of my mother, and my mother just loved to feed me. It was her joy to stuff food in my face, and of course I would eat it. On this particular night that I'm telling you about, my mother did not prepare one extra dish. She fed 5 grown men besides the 4 of us. My sister watched them eat with great envy. My father took an antacid, and my mother ate a grapefruit. I ate as I normally did. And when we finished the meal, my mother had a mountain of leftovers. We had a dog as well. His name was Junior, and my mother could never understand why this dog had the worst gastronomical problems of any dog in the neighborhood. His flatulence was so bad you couldn't be in the same room with him, yet he would sit at the dining room table and my mother would siphon food under the table to him, and he would not only finish the food she gave him, but he would clean up all the food that was dropped on the rug. My mother didn't vacuum for 50 years. She could never understand why the dog was always so sick. Diarrhea was his middle name. The funny thing is that he didn't gain weight the way that dachshund did. I think it's because he was an atheist.